Hey everyone, welcome back to GIMME Growth. Today we're here with Aykut from Mobile Action. I'll let him more specifically share what Mobile Action does, but they help a lot of big brands and startups with App Store optimization and analytics and several other things. They actually have over 250,000 people using their free product right now. Aykut has a long background in starting and running tech companies, both in SF and Turkey. And a fun fact, in his spare time, he actually drives race cars. So Aykut, thank you so much for being here today. I'll let you take it away.
Thank you, man, and thank you for having me. So, my name is Aykut. I'm founder and CEO of the Mobile Action. So I started the company 3 years ago. I came in the Bay Area like 5 years ago, and I came right after the college with no money, no education in the US, and then didn't know anybody. And I started like a lot of apps before even coming to San Francisco. I think I am one of the few early app developer who built the apps in 2008. And I learned a lot of stuff from building an app, and I make those apps a couple million downloads. And then 3 years ago, I started Mobile Action as a service company, as a consulting firm to helping the big brands. And then we figure out it like a lot of companies wants to work with us, but it's obviously we can't scale our service business. That's the reason like we built the Mobile Action like almost 2 years ago as a product company. Right now, as you said, like over 250,000 apps using us, but still 5 million apps. So a lot of room to grow.
Wow. Yeah. So I love hearing stories like that. That's awesome.
So,
Very cool. Well, I know you created a presentation, so if you want to share your screen, and then
let's do it.
We'll cut into that, and then we'll do some questions. Some questions after.
We made it the deck for the GIMME Growth people because we know they're awesome, and then we want to help them to educate. So we already covered like first two, like this is like where we are, and then how many companies using us. But we want to do like pretty much introduction to App Store optimization to share the best practice, and then during the meantime, like if you have any question or something like that, you can shoot me over. But we've done like a lot of App Store optimization as a service company. As I said, like maybe I work over 50 big brands, which is like eBay, StubHub, and Runtastic, and other of the big brands in globally, like maybe 50 different country localization, and then growing them like 10% organic to like 60, 70% organic. And then our product is right now is used by 250,000 companies. And then I can explain why is the App Store optimization is important. I think is we can kind of talk with the what is App Store optimization first of all, like why it matter, and then what we can do. So why is the App Store optimization is important? Because App Store optimization is like a free download. You can think that is like this is SEO for mobiles, but the problem is that app discovery doesn't work. When I first started the app business 2008, it's only like, I don't know, 50,000 apps in the market. Right now, iOS and Android, more than 5 million apps. And every day, more than 5,000 new apps coming. It's crazy. And then even if you build the best product in the market, your app is still invisible. Apple recently, they said that 65% of the app downloads came from the search. Yes, we do search, right? Even like, in the Google, we know a lot of sites, what we still do search. And search experience is big, and then it's getting bigger and bigger. In App Store, it's like two places you can get discovered by the users. First, search. Second, top charts. And the third, is you can't do anything. It's only Apple can do. Apple's editorial team, they can put you the featured. Like they can put you the homepage featured, or they can feature you some specific location. But this is stuff you can manage. It's only two places you can manage: top charts and then search. And then top chart is mostly dominated by the download numbers, which means if your competitors or any companies in the same category, we're gonna mention about that part. If they get more downloads than you do, they can rank better. But App Store search, that's the part we're gonna talk, and then I'm gonna give you some best exercise and how we're gonna be get ranked better spending any money. Yes, as we covered that, as 65% of the users doing search, and this is free organic downloads. And then it's also like helping your paid acquisition. And healthy growth should be like first you got to figure out your organic downloads, and then also you should know what is your ideal customer profile. Is this the right app? After you got the product market fit, you can run the campaign. The paid acquisition, I'm saying. But app store optimization, you don't need to do anything. You can just build an app and start testing that. The key element is first the keyword. The keyword is the part is recently Apple started search ads because Apple figured out that 65% of the people still searching the App Store and they're not finding the best app they're looking for. Then they just started paid search campaigns. But still, Apple and Google has a massive place you can utilize to get ranked for the keywords for organically. So the search is the place is different than iOS and Android. In the left side, you can see an Android app, Delicious. And the right side, you can see the iOS app. So the keyword part in iOS and Android is different. In Google Play, there is no keyword spot, which means if you log in Dev Console as a marketer or as a developer, there is no place you can put the keywords. This is the only place you can put the keywords, your description. So that's the reason, like, we'll share the best experience about like how to optimize your description in Android. And but it's overall, I can tell you that's the only place you can put the keywords. In iOS, you can put the keywords in metadata and app name. So we have a slide on, I think lesson 2 is only covered the keyword, the part of the the app store optimization. We'll go for it, and then we can tell you guys like how you're gonna do it and the best exercise. And then icon. The second thing is because App Store and Play Store recently they shared the page view data. So which means like, I mean, maybe you're running a lot of campaigns or you're ranking #1 specific keywords or top 10. And then it means like it can drive you a lot of page view, which page view means App Store page view. How many people are seeing your App Store pages, iOS and Android. And then Apple also launched that data, and we also integrate our dashboard. We do know the conversion rate, which means how many people see your App Store page views and how many of them download it. The conversion is like store view to download. And then app icon, we figure out it's one of the killer issue. If the user, they don't get what is the app all about through your icon, they most likely see your app, but they don't even scroll down and see your description, or they don't even check your reviews and ratings. App icons is killer. Even the reason like Instagram or Uber, they did like pretty big change to changing their app icon because still a lot of new users, they don't know Instagram or they don't figure out the Uber for what for it. So that's the reason like icon is very important. The third thing is screenshots and video. So, I mean, this is like pretty much we said, why is your app awesome? Which means like, you got to convince the people still the same problem. Maybe you can drive a lot of app page view, but you got to convince them to download. So the best practice is in here, a lot of app developers and marketer, they only use one screenshot or they don't even use the video. Because Apple give you five slot to put your screenshot and then video. Google Play first started this video like 3 years ago. Apple just started last year. This is a 15 seconds video. You can mention why your app is better than others, or you can put it on some I don't know, the people's opinion about your app, or you can as a CEO or like individual developer say something your future prospect, the users. So, and then a lot of people is checking the videos and then they say, okay, this app not for me, or they just don't understand. And then screenshots is very important because most of the time you are putting the screenshot, your killer feature, and then even the order of the screenshot is matter. Because, I mean, most of the users, we figure out it, they only check first 2 screenshots. But you have a 5 screenshot, but they only check first 2 screenshots. So that is a important part. And then finally, app description. Yes, a lot of people do read the description, but not entire description. They read only first 2 sentences. This is one of the good example of the description for Android. In Android, we said that the description matter for the keyword ranking. This is for Temple Run. I mean, Temple Run is pretty popular, the app, but even they need to underline what is their best features. So that's the reason, like, they put their feature list like this. And then first 2 line is the most important one, because when the people search, that's the first 2 line they can see it. That's the reason, like, that's the killer part. And they just put those description. The category. I hear so many questions that people saying to me, what is the best category for me? Because, I mean, the category is tough. Apple has 25 category or 24, I'm not sure. But Google Play just added 5 more category last week, because category is the place people check top charts. Category is the place people want to discover what is the, like, you know, the new apps, or what is the, like, you know, the top apps. And then App Store itself has a top charts for the category, and then free, paid, and the grossing for each category. And Android has a different category system. By the mobile action, we have a leaderboard, and it's updating every day. So you can able to see, like, what is your competitor's category. So it used to be in App Store, there's no shopping category, and everybody in the shopping apps, they pick the lifestyle. That's the reason all the shopping apps, they choose the lifestyle category. Even the lifestyle is not the right category. So when the Apple did the shopping category, some of the companies, they moved the shopping, but some of them, they didn't move. What was the reason they didn't move? Because they figure out it, lifestyle is less competitive than the shopping category, which means, I told you guys in the beginning, is a 2 places you can get discovered by the users. First, App Store search. Second is top chart, right? But, I mean, being the number 10 in shopping, it needs more downloads than being top 10 in lifestyle category. If I give you, like, the numbers in US, it can be easily you can understand. Being top 10 in shopping category in US today, you need like 30,000 downloads every day, new downloads. But being lifestyle top 10, it needs like 22,645 downloads. How I know these numbers? Because I check right before this, the meeting. So, and then this is updating every day. And then it's also different for the different countries. I say this is for iOS in US. If you want to be top 10 in France, we're going to cover that part a little bit in localization part. You need to get less download than US, but you still need so much download because competition already there. So you should find your best category, checking out your competitor, and then understand, is this the app I can beat, or is this the app is already been in the App Store a very long time, or I might be choosing a less competitive category, and then I get more downloads. Ratings and reviews. So Apple has actually recently changed their algorithm, and Google Play also do almost like 2 years. They check also your ratings and reviews, which means, like, if your ratings and reviews are less than 4 stars out of 5, their algorithm, both the platforms, they just kind of flag you, and which means, like, this is the app not for you, or like these are the apps, your user behavior. Let's say you always download to like 4-star apps, and if you're trying to download the 1-star app, App Store or Play Store most likely not to show you this app. So you want to do like make sure your app should be always like 4-star above. So we have a best practice for the ratings and reviews. We say to people, if you have a loyal and engaged user, and then they have always happy moments. Happy moments means, like, let's say if you're in a dating app, if you met someone and then you start do conversation with the man to female, and then after maybe 5 message, you can show, because everybody's happy because they already exchanged couple messages. You can say, do you love us? So if they say yes, we can just direct them to, the write a review, because it's a happy moment. If they say no, you can just direct them to email. Instead of they can put the bad reviews to you, they can directly send you email. Because a lot of users, they're using ratings and review like their public opinion. Especially the paid apps, they should be very careful, because if you're like asking $3 and $4, people only they check their the ratings and reviews. If the ratings and reviews are less than 4-star, you have no chance to get a paid user, because these users always are looking for the best app. Even if someone spend $1, they talk like they spend $1 million. They write a review like, this is the worst $1 I spent in my life. So I mean, it's $1, but still people do care. And updates. So I mean, in App Store we have a data. We check like 5.5 million apps, and then we check the top 1% of the apps. Top 1% of the apps, they do send new updates at least once a month. So if you send the more often, it's way better, because you can engage, and then you can also keep your user active. It's right now in iOS and Android, you don't need to manually update your own app. Users already, like, they do auto update, but still they want to see something new. So most of the companies right now, they kind of like kill some version. Let's say the app this is like 1.09, but if your user has a 1.06, what you can do if the user didn't update, but you want them to update, maybe you just build new in-app purchase model, or you maybe build some new feature they want them to try and test. So when they first enter the app, you can block the everything and tell them, do update, we'll have some surprise for you, something like that. But you should able to know what is your most loyal and engaged users using the which version of your app. Even if your old version of your app is getting more and more ARPU, driving you more ARPU or LTV, you should able to know what is the reason they're using, and what is in the people new users, they don't drive that much revenue, or they don't drive that much engagement like old user. And then you can learn, and it can build also history. Like you can say, okay, this user, they sign up like version 1.0.2, but they've been using us that long, and they drive like that much revenue, and then also invite 100 people, which means maybe this user we acquired by Facebook ads, or we acquired by the different ads. So that's kind of be the good go-to-market strategy for you internally. The most important thing we didn't say so far, keep testing, because App Store optimization is not a sprint, it's a marathon, because a lot of companies, they just start to figure out why App Store optimization is important, and then how they're going to optimize it. We have one more lesson. I'll be past real fast, but if you have a question or something like that, man, just shoot me over, because I want to move on to lesson 2.
Yeah, I'm writing my questions down in the background, so I'll have some questions at the end, okay?
Okay, cool.
Cool.
So let me review what we talked. So we said why ASO is important, the key elements, keywords, icons, screenshot, app description, category, ratings and review, and updates. And then the testing is like the most important thing, because we have a tool we can share with you what is your historical ranking history for the specific keywords. Let's say if you're ranked one keyword top 20 last week and you're not right now number 2, you should also figure out what is the reason I'm ranking number 2. So this is like the the most important lesson, and it's covered most of the App Store optimization. This is giving you guys the best practice, how to implement and how to select, you know, the keywords. Let's start it. How to select App Store keywords. So, I mean, we done a lot of optimization internally in-house because we start as a service company, and then also we are seeing like so many companies why they picking up the, you know, the keywords than the other keywords, and we figure out 3 criteria. Number 1, download relevancy, and number 2 is competition. We have a chance score, and then number 3 is search value. So they might be kind of ask what is this chance score and search score. They should not worry about it because we built this score term, and then we have also explanation. So they're in a good place. They should not worry about it. So, and I think, yes, listen here. The most common is keyword selection mistake. The finding the, you know, the keyword based on the search value. So why we said that? Because you should all check it out, these 3 criteria, and then if you check all of them, then you can pick the keywords. But don't, for example, you're selling flower, but you pick the keyword game. So game keyword for the flower app, it's not going to work out. Don't do it. Or you can say, okay, Rihanna keyword or Justin Bieber keyword. I know some people pick because sometimes Justin Bieber or somebody has some tour or like they're so popular, or Trump right now is so popular. They can pick the, you know, that keyword. They can even get rank, but there's no relevancy. So that's the reason we put the example of like one of the photo editing app. So relevant keyword might be like edit photos, image filters, and picture effects. We have a tool, and I think next one, yeah, in here, it's gonna show us like how to pick. We build a tool. You just put the seed keyword, like what is the relevant keyword, and we'll bring you the long tail or relevant keywords through our algorithm. And then relevant keywords like a photo app, photography. Yes, these are like cool app, but your app is editing app. Your app is not taking the photo. So that's the reason, like, find the relevant keyword. And then another thing is that long tail vs short tail. Short tail keywords, they have higher search volume than long tail keywords, but long tail keyword is they are converting way better than short tail keywords, which means like a lot of people, yes, search travel, and then they might be end up to find your app, but being number 1 or being top 10 travel keyword is hard because already ranked by the big brands. But if someone search travel buddies, they have less results, and then you have more chance, and then it's more relevant probably what are you doing. So long tail keywords you can use our tool, and we already give a search score, how popular each keyword, but try to find the chance score. The chance is in here. For example, the castle keyword, search score out of 100, which is 44. Our search score is data is provided by Apple. Apple just last week, they launched paid search ads, and then they have to share the data, how popular each keywords. Even they didn't share, but we crawled their data and we put it together on our platform. So if you go to keyword suggestion, the module in our platform, which is free, you can just put like one keyword, which is I call seed keyword, and then you can find a search suggestion on the bottom, and then you can just get the idea how popular the castle. Castle out of 100 is 44, which is pretty high. Facebook is like 98, but 44, we can't say like what is approximate the search by user. Like I can't say, okay, this term search daily 10,000 times or million times. It is hard to estimate it, but it's a scale, and it's 44. And then how many results? Total apps means the result. 6,000 result, 6,000 plus. The app we are checking current one is they're ranking number 6. So if you're ranking number 6 for the high search score keyword, which is pretty good for you, and then we built already like tool also. It can show you how many your percentage of your organic downloads came from specific keyword. And it's also a free tool in Mobile Action. But in here, it's good for them, but it might be not good for you, because if you see them on the right side, these are the top 10 apps for ranking this keyword. You can see number 1 and number 2. I think maybe the screen I'm seeing myself, but I think you are not seeing me. Or you can, maybe we can.
I see the related keywords, like the one you're talking about with search suggestions, all that.
But the top apps on the right side, do you see the icons, right, too?
Yep,
So
I can see that.
Yeah, first 2 is a green bubble, and it's in 1 and 2, which means that they have a keyword title match. Number 1 and number 2 in the top apps and below, we just listed top 4 results. First 2 also use the castle in their app name. So we just color coded, if like someone is put the keywords in their title, they definitely get ranked, right? So this is the best exercise. If you put the keyword on your title, you definitely get ranked. I'm not sure you get ranked top 10 or top 50 or 100, but you still get ranked, because Apple's and Google's algorithm, they really care the app name. So you cannot use like Facebook on your app name, or Instagram or some brand names, but you can use like Castle. It might be like, I think in Southwest or Midwest is the hamburger, the chain is White Castle or something like that. So they have an app too. I think they also sue some companies because some other companies, they put the Castle, but I don't know. No, there's no White Castle in California. So you can say it, or you say, I don't know it. But Apple still do this review process manually, and editorial team check it out. If your app is related to Castle, put it on the Castle. If your app is related to money, put it on the money. Don't think that, oh, money is so common. No, because people search money, or people search like, or if you do like photo editing app for Instagram, it might be a good app name, but you should definitely have a feature, has the feature set, it's helping your picture to upload faster on Instagram, or making better images for Instagram, something like that. Anyways, so this is like one example for the Castle keyword. And then I don't know why I put this image by. And then we have some brainstorming keyword ideas. Like that's a tool. We have a keyword suggestion and keyword research tool. You just search your competitor name, and we'll just list you what is their ranking for. So then you can get an idea. And then we also implemented App Store's autocomplete suggestion. So when you put one keyword, like pretty much we do know what the Apple's recommend to other people. So the keyword part of our company is figure out everything, and we provide that part is free. But the idea is, when we go back again, find a keyword, download relevancy, search score, how popular this keyword out of 100, and then competition. And competition is automatically calculated, our own algorithm. It says 49% to be likelihood to get in top 10. These chances change every day. So we built the tool. So I always say App Store optimization should be number-oriented and data-driven. So don't pick the keywords, okay, because I like this keyword, or don't pick the keywords because my friend is telling me, or don't pick the keyword because other people doing that. Maybe they're doing wrong thing. So pick the keywords based on the data, and data is right there. So, okay, this is like another thing. Maybe a lot of people, they're new and they don't know at the keywords, because Dominic, we even see like big brands, some of them, they didn't even put any keyword, their metadata, because they didn't know it. Because the problem is that a lot of people who are sending new version of the app, they're developer.
Yep.
And developer, they have an access in iTunes Connect, and they never thought that this metadata is matter. Or app name, most of the companies, they don't care, because Apple give you 50 character for app name, and Google is 29 character. They don't use it. So This is the place. These are the, the most important place you should utilize. And we have a benchmark data actually. When you, if the companies connect their data, we'll tell, for example, photo video category is using 15 character of the app title. Like this is benchmark. So if you're using more than that, it can give you some insight. Like don't use it that much. But when you started to like get more downloads, utilize all of them, then figure out later on. And then app description maximum is in Google Play is 4,000 character. But yeah, 4,000 characters is pretty cool. But I'm only sharing in this best practice only GIMME growth people. Do not mention one keyword more than 6 times in your app description in Google Play. Okay, this is the hack no one knows except us, and then we don't share because our secret sauce, but that's okay for the people, for the GIMME growth people, because they're awesome. So don't share more, don't mention more than 6 times, because you can think that, oh my God, it's a 4,000 characters, I can put anything I wanted. No, if you mention more than 6 times, algorithm doesn't work. But also don't mention that less than 5 times. Means like you should pick 5 to 6 times the specific keyword. Let's say your photo editing app, you should pick one keyword which is based on the search score. Let's say the killer keyword has 70 search score out of 100. That will be your keyword you should mention most. And then other keywords you can mention 3-4 times, but don't mention more than 6 times. And App Store is different. In App Store, there is no description. Yes, we have a description, but doesn't matter. That's the reason, like, they should only use app title. It used to be, Dominic, app title is like 245 characters. It's huge. Mm-hmm. And then 2 weeks ago, they just decreased the 50 character. Because the problem is that in iOS and Android, so many apps did like spammy app names. Like I saw one app, it's include their app title, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, PayPal, they put everything. And then the app is latest update 2013. They didn't update anything, but still they're active listing. The problem is like, even if you search PayPal, they get ranked top 10. And a lot of people see the app, yes, they don't download it, but Apple wants you to direct you the best app when you search. That's the reason I think in the next 6 months to 10 months, Apple and Google gonna delete millions of apps because those are the apps never use. So, and don't be spammy, but use the 50 characters and then keyword field. Okay, this is the part when the people log in iTunes Connect. This is the place when you send a new update, you can change the keyword field. The problem is that in iOS and Android, you can change the description anytime. You don't need to send the update. But in the metadata in iTunes, you can only change whenever you send a new update. So, make sure that every update, which are the keyword you're not ranking top 10, then delete those keywords and add the new keywords using the tools like us, and then give you an idea, and then keep testing again and again. We said that in the lesson 1, keep testing. If you don't rank one keyword top 10, which means that keyword not gonna drive you any downloads, because it's actually, honestly, if you don't rank top 3, you have less chance, but if you don't rank top 10, don't use it. I think this is all. I can just review like what we talk and what we cover.
This was awesome. Yeah. I really love this. I love these 2 lessons. Okay,
awesome. So yeah, let's get the questions.
So getting into some of the questions.
Yeah, of course.
Does ASO help you get featured? So for example, if you compare it to SEO, yes, where somebody actually clicks through from your description, downloads the app, installs it, and is an active user.
Yeah.
For example, with a website, if somebody clicks through and then goes deeper into your website, Google's going to say, oh, well, you have great content. Do the app stores know that data, and does that help you in your ranking?
So, Apple's ranking is still, we can say 75% of them is manipulated by download numbers.
Okay.
So the category ranking is like, they're changing every 3 hours.
Okay.
you can say that like they're changing ranking 8 times per day. And then, I mean, it's not helping you directly, but yes, definitely indirectly. But still, 75% of the ranking and get featured by the downloads. Second thing is your design. Apple loves the design. Google is working on that part. And third part is reviews and ratings.
Yep.
So if Apple and Google figure out it like you're like 4.60 something and you got thousands of reviews, yes, those reviews help you to get ranked better in keywords. Also, Apple first feature you some small countries. They can see like what is the like the return.
Mm-hmm.
Are those the people that new user for specific countries? Let's say if they want you to feature in US, they first feature you in Canada, UK, or Australia. Those are the countries, English-speaking countries.
Yep.
We call them like low-hanging fruit countries. Like they're small, but they have a lot of the return, especially ROI perspective. And then if it is successful, yeah, you can get featured.
Okay, cool. That sounds that makes a lot of sense. I guess another question there would be, can you see the number of impressions for how many times you've ranked? So for example, if somebody searches castle,
yes,
can I see how many times I showed up in the top 10 versus how many times somebody actually opened my description?
So Apple doesn't share this data, and Google also too. But we do know like your store page views. So and for specific countries, let's say, when you optimize your app name and then your metadata in iOS, you have a chance to get ranked 30 to 35 the keywords.
Okay.
Okay. Metadata is 100 character, which is only fit 15 keywords. But you have an app name, and Apple's and Google algorithm is also combination. They rank you the long tail combination keyword we call, which means let's say you put your app title tickets keyword, and then you put the metadata sports. If someone search sport tickets, you get rank. So with those combination like a mat, so let's say you have a 15 keyword on your seed, you have 10 keywords in your app title, which is kind of combined and with the relevant keywords, you can get 35 to 40 keywords. And then if you don't run any campaign, you can able to see your app store page views like let's say 50,000 times, and you rank 50 keywords. It's if you do basic math, yeah, you can say got a couple 100 to 1,000 download review per app per keyword. But if you rank one keyword top 3, they are most likely to drive like the page views.
Okay.
So it's not a direct way, but if you do like this small math, yeah, and then you can able to know. But the cool thing is that because of the paid search, Apple figure out it most of the time users they scroll once, and then which means like they can see top 3 to 5 results, and then if you're not ranked, you can get any page view.
Okay. Got it. Once people get into your page view, can you get stats like number of times somebody's come back to your page? Or can you see like if they've scrolled down or how their activity actually is?
There's no like API in play and then the App Store, unfortunately. But Apple is giving you like some retention and engagement numbers.
Okay.
Specific, the download driving part. Let's say the people download this day, 1 day, 7 day, 3rd day retention to in-app, but we're talking the in-app store data. Unfortunately, we're waiting for their API. If they build, we can just build that, the numbers.
Yeah.
But there's no way right now.
Okay. I noticed that there's like lots of times like become a fan or follow us on Twitter. What are your thoughts around that? Is that a best practice to do that, or does that potentially drive people out of the download funnel?
Yeah, I mean, like we still see like a lot of companies, they have a mobile web traffic, and then mobile web is cool, but I mean native is, we all believe in native, and then that's the reason like we are saying to people, if you have already existing social media presence or like you are doing a lot of promotion, you should always drive them to the app, and then you should track it. Let's say if the Facebook is drive you 10,000 page view then in Twitter, and then you can see like the specific URL. It's a lot of attribution tools. You can see like how many of them downloaded. It's in market right now. It's called Tune, Adjust, Coachella, couple more. We actually like listed those good partner companies. They can take a look. But you able to see like what is the most driver. But app should be not the utility app. App should be has something they cannot get same experience, which means like if your website is doing the same thing, but app is just nice to have, most of the people still don't use it, especially e-commerce companies. We call m-commerce, and they are not m-commerce. Yes, they have an app. There is no feeling m-commerce because this phone is like very smart, right? And then this is not advertising, right? Showing iPhone. So, and then this is like very smart. You can use push notification, a location base. You can do like some custom message and everything. But if you're not doing that, you just say, okay, average US consumer only has 55 apps in their phone. So are you going to be 1 out of 55, or you're going to be try to be get downloaded? So that's still the problem because these devices still limited storage.
Yeah. Okay. There's not a way to retarget people who have visited your app page, right?
Yeah.
There's not?
What do you ask it?
There's not a way to retarget people who have visited your app page, right?
There's no way, but I mean, you can do like some tests, which is like some companies do A/B testing for the App Store listing page.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But the problem is that they're still not doing the App Store listing page. They're just creating the look like an App Store listing page, and you can run the campaigns from the Facebook and Twitter, and then see the conversion. Then you can go back and change your Apple and Google listing page.
That was another question, so that's good. I'm glad you answered that. Thank you.
But Android, but Google Play recently did A/B testing for the listing page in Android, but Apple doesn't have it yet.
Okay, cool. Is this considered a bad practice to create different versions of your app or lighter versions to put into different categories to rank? Would you get penalized for that?
Yeah, people do. It used to, they do, but right now, I mean, we can see, especially productivity and utility apps, which is the category in App Store. Most of the the business related apps there. So they have a like light version, and then that's like the pretty much is the app you can drive massive downloads to your main app. But the problem is that what is your goal? I mean, a lot of companies, they build an app, just want to build, but is this the end goal is make more downloads? Yes, it can make sense. But if it is the end goal is make more money, sometimes because of the funnel, a lot of churn we can see because people already download that app. Why they want to download another app, and then when they download it, they should be delete the previous one.
Yep.
Blah blah. But we are seeing that being number one or number two in a specific keyword, it takes time. Let's say you built one app, it's like ranking number two for specific keyword, like a real estate problem. They already, the picked by that app. So instead of like building a new app, maybe you can reshape the existing app and put the better version of it, but don't delete it because you have already that real estate. Don't lose it. But depends on the app. But I still believe that best practice for the having free and the paid version, the business app. But games always free, right? Why? Because they have a different the magnetic and system in their in-app.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
that makes sense. You mentioned localization. Can you just speak to that very quickly, like what localization means and when a company should actually start thinking about it?
So, like Dominic, we saw that like if the company is localized, they get 7x more organic downloads.
Wow. Yeah.
Because why? In App Store, you have 100 character for every country. Amazing. So you have a 50 character for every country. Amazing. So, and then localization is a key part because I'm not just only talking like changing your app name and then your metadata. You can localize your screenshot, your app icon, because like some countries, like some colors is means different things.
Yep.
So, if you're not a big brand, or if you even like some brands in eBay, they pick different name in Mexico, and then they just change also different user experience. Localization should be like not just the metadata translation, it's also be the user experience for the specific countries. If you do so, I mean, you'll get 7x or more organic downloads. And then in US, it's only one exception. You can get ranked also Spanish keywords.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because of the population. So even if you put the Spanish keyword in your different countries, you still get ranked for the US.
Okay.
Yeah, keeping in mind. Or
can you do negative keywords? No, right?
Yeah. So Apple actually did negative keywords for the search ads, which means like these are the keywords. If someone search, I should not be ranked.
Great.
So, but but like, you know, the negative keywords is like sometimes the good best practice. Let's say your Lyft is, I think, ranking Uber taxi keyword or Uber, like something like that, because I still Uber and Lyft is even I think copyrighted keyword, because people mention that. For example, I think Uber did maybe early days. They writing the review for, oh, Uber is better than Lyft in the reviews, and then a lot of people put to those keywords. That's the reason they rank also too.
That was my next question is, can you put your competitors' names in your keywords?
Yeah, you can do it on your metadata, because like, let's say this is the good hack. Let's say you're StubHub and your competitor's Ticketmaster. Mm-hmm. Don't put it like Ticketmaster as a metadata, but put ticket, comma, master, comma, like, I don't know, sports, whatever. But you can still rank the Ticketmaster.
Ah, okay, cool. That's good to know.
Yeah, or like the competitor is not a big an editorial team. Probably they don't know it. I honestly download personally more than 20,000 apps, but I don't think so many editorial people download that much apps, so they don't know it.
Yeah, totally. What about mobile attribution? This comes up a lot.
Yeah.
Is this something that you guys work in? Do you guys play in the mobile attribution field as well too, or no?
We got the data, because mobile action is like, App Store optimization is like 1/3 of our business, and we have, like, we call ourselves mobile data intelligence and actionable insight. So an ASO is like a tool. They can see like the results and do the research, but we also data for the download estimation, revenue estimation, usage estimation, DAU, MAU, and on the top of it, a lot of companies, we're asking their data, we'll give them the action. For example, if they connect their attribution tools into the mobile action dashboard, think that is like we're getting 40 different data into the one single dashboard.
Got it.
And then we work with that data, our machine learning technology and our data scientists, and tell you, for example, this. Your last 30 days CPI is 50% more than your category. And then, or you should spend less money on Facebook than Twitter. Or next week, Saturday, is your best time to run the campaign. Something like that. Okay. So we read those attribution data, ad data, in-app analytics data. We have a mixed panel integration, Google Analytics, and everything. Everything you imagine in the mobile, we have integration in our platform. And then we recommend the people as a recommended action, which is for free, everybody, if they connect their data. And then we can tell them what does it mean for them.
Okay. Will you explain the specific product lines that Mobile Action does so that everybody knows?
So we have App Analytics, which is a free product. When you connect your iTunes Connect or Google Developer Console, you see your download history, revenue history, which is like easy to navigate, especially if you have more than one app. Yep. We have ASO Intelligence. We cover a little bit in here. We have a Market Intelligence. We estimate any apps, download revenue, DAU, MAU, gender for any countries and any platform. Okay. Market Intelligence. And we have a leaderboard, like top charts. We have a custom alerts, like you get notified whenever something happens. And then we have a recommendation. Yeah, we have 5 different products. And anyone can use any of it, or they can use all of it.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, how did you build all this so fast?
Yeah, like that's like tough because when we first started, I mean, because I'm a ex-developer and marketer, and I'm a product manager too. I want to replace most of the feature and what the other companies do. So, and we want to kill our competitors within a short time. So we work like 16, 17 hours per day last 2 years. Oh,
We can tell.
yeah.
What are your favorite, if you were a new app, like not a big app, what would be your favorite attribution tool you would recommend? Because I get this question all the time.
So, I mean, this is like tough for me to say, but depends on the, your size of company.
Yeah.
Right?
So like a brand new company, like a startup.
New. Okay.
Yeah.
If it is that, it's a tool called Adjust, and which is like a pretty low entry, and then they most likely to charge nothing that much charging you.
Okay.
But if you wanted good customer support and help, Tune also good. But Tune, Tune, Tune.
Okay.
It used to call has offers or something like that.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. They started with the web attribution and they on mobile. And then another company is a big brand. They use Kochava.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Kochava is pretty good actually. They are the biggest one with the ad network integration. I think they have 1,500 ad network integrated. Tune and Adjust has couple hundred, but Kochava is 1,000. And they're in I think, I don't know, it's Idaho or somewhere, like a very small town. They work with every big companies. But Adjust is good. Google Analytics, by the way, they just built the attribution tool. It's free.
Yep.
They can use it. And Apple is working on an attribution tool.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like this thing. But I mean, if you're brand new, you don't know what you're doing, you can start like, the Google Analytics, because problem is that if you want to do the use Adjust, you got to integrate another SDK.
Yep.
And adding more SDK, it's hard to maintain.
Yep. Totally.
That's another reason. Yeah.
Okay. And then, so these 2 lessons were super thorough. Can you explain a little bit more about your academy that you're launching and that you've been working on?
Yeah. So like, I mean, this is like actually the first 2 lessons of the Mobile Action Academy. We're launching second class of Mobile Action Academy because we got so many questions from our user base, and then also even the people, they don't use us because they follow our blog and then they want to learn best practice. So we launched a Mobile Action Academy. People can check it out, academy.mobileaction.co.
Okay.
The free, the academy. If you've done the courses, we have a certification program. If you pass the test, you can be Mobile Action Ambassador, which means like we have lots of companies, they want a service, but we don't provide the service. We are more than happy to send you over those service offers. And then those are the people, they can Mobile Action recommended the ambassador. Some of them we already have from last year class. They're making like $10,000 to $15,000 per month.
Wow, that's awesome.
Just only helping our existing customers, because product is speak itself and very intuitive, but most of the time the big brands, especially, they don't have a people to do and then work with this product, or they are busy for different thing. So we're educating the people. It's all free. It doesn't matter they use Mobile Action or not. We just want to help the the ecosystem. And this is second class. We just launched it a couple days ago. We already have a couple thousand people enrolled in the course, and we are also putting some perks there, like some in discount code for the different the players from in the market. Yeah, they should definitely check it out.
What kind of a time commitment is that?
I mean, this is like I think all the courses, like if they watch it and then they do the exam, I think they need like a couple days. That's it. But the be master of the App Store optimization, it needs like the couple months. That's the reason, like we want to make sure that everybody's like be on the same page. That's the reason, like we're giving them some small task after they done the course, and if they successfully done it, and we'll get them that certification, which is like if they start academy to the get certification, depends on their timeline, but it takes like a month. Then after that, they're good to go. But it's all about testing, right? If you know one thing today, iOS 10 is bringing a new feature.
Yeah.
iOS 11 is going to bring a new thing. So it's always adding new and new. So they should be, and we're probably thinking that all the time, that we can up-to-date it, our contents too.
Cool. Yeah, I hope everybody in this course who's doing mobile apps takes that, because whether or not they want the certification, it's just good to know.
Yeah, it's good to know.
And then the most important question, of course, is you mentioned White Castle. Have you ever eaten at White Castle?
I was in St. Louis like 8, maybe 9 years ago, and then I saw the White Castle. I thought that is a chocolate shop or something, and outside because it looks white in castle.
Yeah.
Disneyland. Yeah, I tried, but I didn't like, honestly. I love In-N-Out.
Yeah, In-N-Out's so good, yeah.
Yeah, man.
All right, man. Well, hey, this has been absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much for the lesson. I really appreciate the time.
Likewise.
I'm going to stop recording and say goodbye to you, okay?
Okay, cool, man.
Cool.